Hey, Southern Kim back with you. We wanted to do a little bit of a video because we got a question when we first started this. What is this in the background? What is that? Some kind of uber organized schedule of your life?
We had it again recently.
Yeah.
Asking,
So yeah.
Is it? Yeah, a schedule.
So it's like, what is this secret thing on the wall? Not anything massively secretive, or but it is cool.
I don't think we have any massive secrets.
No, our life's pretty much open and transparent. But we want to talk about it because we went through a process recently with our family, defining and describing our family core values. And you say, well, why is a core value important? You want to speak to that a little bit?
I feel like I should first speak to why you're wearing a toboggan inside the house and
it's
why
cold.
I have this sweater on.
Yes.
I live with a man that likes the house to be like 60 degrees, and we have not had the air conditioner on or the heater on in like 2 weeks, and it got really cold over the last 2 days.
We got that April freeze. It
I
was
think
like
it's
in the 30s.
63 degrees in our house, so we're all just like bundled up to the point that he has a toboggan on, and
Yes.
I'm holding coffee to keep my hands warm.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
take it away.
so about that whole family value thing, culture. When we talk about, I talk a lot about culture organizationally as a church leader, as a business leader, and culture. The way I define culture is it's behavior without thought or consideration, which means you don't have to think about it, you don't have to consider it, you just naturally do it. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, a lot of times you don't even realize you do it.
Yes.
Someone will be like, wait, that right there, what
Right.
are you doing? Or
Right.
how do we teach someone else to do that? And you have to really stop and think, what am I doing? How do
Yeah.
I teach that?
Yeah, because it's those cultural things, those things you do naturally that creates who you are. And so we've done this exercise as a family to try to describe who we are, how we function, how we behave in the world. And we felt like it was really important, not just for us as parents, but for our kids to understand what makes our family different. Because just like every individual and every person is unique and different, every family is different.
Yeah.
So your family is not going to function like our family.
Absolutely.
Somebody else's family is not going to function like it. There's God made us uniquely different, and so we wanted to find that uniqueness and celebrate it.
Yep.
And embrace it and help your kids understand this is what makes our family different. So that's kind of what we did. We set our kids down and we just started with kind of one of these big pieces of paper, and let's said, how would you describe our family? And we got, and listen, when you do this, like there's no wrong answers. Like your kids are going to be snarky, smart alecks.
We described it as just like in school when you go to write a paper and it's brainstorm time and everything makes the paper, that's what it's like.
Yep.
So it was like there's no wrong answer, there's no making fun of someone else's answer, because what we discovered was when one would say a word, it meant something to them and something different to another family member, which
Yeah.
was really cool to see, where their minds are and heart is, but also to see how they talk about us. So
And the process actually created some cool conversation.
oh, definitely.
What does that word mean to you?
Yeah.
What are you saying when you use that
Totally.
word? We're weird. One of the kids popped off. We're
Yeah.
weird. Okay, tell me why.
Yeah.
And then as you get into it and get into the deeper substance of the word weird, we're different. We do things differently. We're not like every other family. Boom, there's value
She
in that.
literally said it's because we do things different than most family.
Yeah.
And even asking that, I think you even said, okay, what do we do different? And they were like, we just love everybody no matter what. Now the mom heart, I mean, that just gave me all the feels. Because I was
Yeah.
like, they get it. Because you often
Yes,
wonder,
they're
do they
picking
get
up.
it? They
Oh,
get
yeah.
it. Your kids are listening and
Yeah.
watching, and
Yeah.
they get it. They really get it. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
Who you are as a parent is being reproduced in your kids. And this exercise for us, just as parents, it was hard in some moments, but it was rewarding in others to know just that. Our kids are listening. They're getting who we are. They're understanding what we're about as a family. Because literally every word they wrote down on paper fit into one of ours. See what we got? 5. We've got 5 family core values. We recommend keeping it under that 6, 7 mark. You can have 4, you can have 3. We had 5.
Yeah.
And listen, these are, when we talk about family values, They're not necessarily aspirational things. They're not things we wish we were. These are just things that simply describe who we are and how we naturally live,
Yeah.
how we naturally function. And so there were 5 things that described us, how we naturally interact with each other and with others,
Yeah.
that we put down.
Yeah.
And then all of those words that our kids wrote down on those papers, somehow we fit into one of those 5 categories.
Yeah, so you take all the words and then you start grouping the words. Which
Mm-hmm.
words are alike? So you have this sheet that just has all kinds of crazy words on it, and then you start saying what words are alike
Yep.
on another sheet of paper, and you start grouping them under, okay, so one says safe, another one is supportive, trustworthy. I'm just reading some words that the girls said. Standing up for others was one. All those for us kind of grouped. Now, while we were grouping, there were some words that could go in 3 or 4 different categories. So we let them go into 3 or 4 different categories. As we started labeling what is one word that
describes
this group,
Yeah.
that's where it was like, okay, so if it describes all but like one, and then you see that that one oddball word is in another grouping, then we took it off of that one. Does that? I hope that makes sense. But
Yep. So like here we've got honor. Honor is one of our family core values. Under that, trustworthy, straightforward, godly, positive, respect, forgiving, non-judgmental, drama-free, which we love that our kids said that about our family. It's not always true, but it's drama on a different level.
yeah,
So-
there are different types of drama, and even that we were like, what do you mean by drama free?
Yeah. But we dug into it, had another great conversation.
Yes,
And it's-
absolutely.
But all of those descriptors fit into that big value of honor. We honor each other. We honor other families. We honor other people. We're a family that behaves naturally around a value of honor.
Yeah.
So, and then, so we took all the words, we grouped them. Then we put one value that kind of encapsulated all of those. And then we defined that value. And we
Yeah.
came up with a definition.
A definition.
And then, and listen, it doesn't have to sound right. It doesn't have to be
Nope.
poetic. It doesn't have to be, it just has to be authentic.
Has to be you.
It has to be you.
And it was something that, obviously it depends what age your kids are. You can do this with them when they're younger. Absolutely. You might want to do it with them when they're older as well, because they're just in a different space. Or when they're older, you might want to add a value or take away or change. This is something that's never just probably absolute. It can be morphed and changed a little bit,
Yeah.
even as more understanding comes. But absolutely.
And big thing with this is this is not something Kim and I did and then put on our kids. We gave them ownership in the process and the creative process of this.
Yeah.
To say we want you to be a voice into this, because now they've got ownership that we are this. This is not something mom and dad told us we were. This is something we've identified that makes our family. So now when we talk about for us, hey, as a family, we're dream cultivators. Our kids have ownership in that. You know?
Yeah, a couple neat things that came out of it that I wasn't expecting was one, it is like a filter for our family. Where before it was like that, like we were the ones saying no because that's not who we are, because we're about this. Now it's like this understood, no, it's not us because it's not our core value. So that was really cool.
Yep.
Second is like when you use Dream Cultivator. A few weeks ago, one of the girls was basically dreaming about something. Hey, let's do this. And right off the bat, a couple of them were like, no, because I don't like to travel and blah, blah, blah. And someone popped off, hey, wait, I thought we were dream cultivators.
Yeah.
So that's cool to watch them actively engage in it and even start using it in everyday practical life too.
Yeah.
So it's just really cool. That was a new.
So it's not hard. It takes a little bit of time, which everybody's hopefully got some time
Lots
right
of time.
now since we're in quarantine. But
Quarantine.
Casey made fun of me too.
Quarantine, it goes with you.
Quarantine goes
Goes
on
with
my
your
goes on my
toboggan
vest.
and your,
My vest. I just need some tobacco and
Need some
a
chest hair sticking out there.
spittoon.
I'll leave it down. I like it.
Okay. Anyway, so you got some time.
I like it.
Okay. Anyway, So you've got some time to do this as a family. Make it fun.
Yeah, keep it fun.
Get snacks, get hot chocolate, whatever, and make it fun for the kids. We had a lot of fun. One of our kids was frustrated with the way I was writing the words on the page, and they wanted to write the words, and so I let them write the words because they were very meticulous and structured in order. And so it gave everybody a part, a place.
It was really cool.
All 5 of our kids got involved in the conversation, and here's the thing: don't force it. If your kids aren't ready, if it's not the right time, you got to pick the right time and place.
Absolutely.
But I think it'll be beneficial for your family to just know, how did God make you unique? How did God make your family unique? How do you describe the culture, the natural, unthought, unconsidered behavior of your family, your relationships? Again, it's not something aspirational that we wish we were. This just describes who we are and how we view the world, and then gives you a filter now to parent from. We're this, we're not this, we're this.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, just ask your questions. Let your kids talk. Give them time to think. Don't put words in their mouth. But give them open-ended questions that help create that creativity. Ours got stuck at one point, and we just said, "What do your friends say we are?"
Yeah.
And then that spewed out another 10 or 15 words, which was cool. So.
So this is my Reese Peasy. This is my Casey Reese. She's number 2 in the family.
The favorite.
The
favorite.
Second child.
No, the favorite.
Second.
I'm the favorite of the family.
Yeah. So a couple of months ago, we went through a process kind of defining some core values for our family. What was your thought on why core values were important for our family?
I guess because it made us realize that we're kind of different from other families, but also we don't have to change just to be like everyone else, because I don't know how to explain it. We're good how we are, I guess, but
it's kind of what makes us tick, right, as a family. So I love what you said. It kind of defines how we're different. Do you think every family is supposed to be the same?
no.
Yeah. So you think it's kind of cool for families to be different?
Yeah, if everyone was the same, it'd be boring.
It would be boring. So you think it's a cool exercise from the kids' perspective, from what you're about to be 14, right?
Yeah.
So from the 14-year-olds, it was cool kind of to learn how your family's different and unique.
Yeah.
So our core values that we put down, do you see how that could be kind of guardrails or kind of determine how we behave and interact with other people
Yeah,
in the future?
Yeah, how we're going to act that. Yeah.
So it's when we think of interacting with people we meet, now we're thinking through the filter of, I'm a dream cultivator. I help them cultivate their dreams. I'm a bridge builder, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Cool. What was your favorite core value that we laid out?
I don't know.
Don't look at the wall.
Yeah.
Look at the TV.
I don't know. The individual uniqueness or the dream cultivators.
Yeah. So what was cool about individual uniqueness?
Well, it's just kind of how we're all individual in our own way, but we are all the same kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're all individual.
We're all the same, but we're all different.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Yeah. Anything else you want to say? Any encouragement you want to give a 14-year-old out there in the world?
Download TikTok and follow me.
Other than that, maybe give them hey, you want to do this with your family because you want to maybe tell the 14-year-old hey, go get mom and dad, sit them down in the living room during the quarantine.
Quarantine. Not quarantine.
Quarantine.
Like Clementine.
Yeah, quarantine, and do this core value.
I mean,
exercise.
it's fun.
It's fun. You so you enjoyed it?
Yeah. I mean, I'll admit this. At first, I was not excited, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
You know how every teenager is, you know?
Yeah.
This is gonna be stupid, but it was actually fun. I liked it. Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're trying to figure out what to do with it. As in, we want to put it up in our house somehow. So open to ideas, any creative things, ways to display it, things to put it on. Should we just print it on a picture, put it in a frame? Should we put it on a canvas? Should we Paint it on the wall? Like what? What are your ideas? Looking for ideas.
Looking for ideas,
Pretty cool.
because we want to keep it in front of our kids, keep it in front of our family. All right, we'll see you next time, and we'll be
Ask him
answering
to
more
do his
questions.
Canadian voice.
Don't ask me to do my Canadian voice; it's not that good.
It's not, but it's funny. That's why I like it.
We'll see you. We'll see you next time. All right.
Bye.